gentlemen, if you're joining us main stage, we are going to have a conversation around innovation in food products, exploring new trends and market demands. And feel free to join us here on the main stage as I welcome on stage our four distinguished speakers with us who are joining us. So please, Mohamed El Bakouri, Cyril Gonzalez, Alexandre Huppert, and Omar Sartawi. Please join us. All right. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Manal, for being a great fan and she's always in the front row, always encouraging everyone. I love you. So all right, so we will start this conversation speaking about innovation, but probably just a quick word about everybody so that we know who is around the table here today. So Mohamed, you are going to share some how you're blending traditional Spanish culinary techniques with modern innovation at Salt and Lamb. If I say something which is not true, correct me, right? We have Cyril, who will explore the potential of dates as a versatile ingredient in innovation product development. And Alexandre, who will speak about Enodis, how you're redefining kitchen equipment design to cater to the unique needs of Middle Eastern and North African markets. And we have with us Omar. I think for you, I will leave you the stage, Omar, to introduce yourself, to tell us what you do.
Probably it's easier, yeah. Probably just say.
Go ahead.
Okay, so basically I'm a food artist, and what I do is I try to always challenge the status quo. A lot of people ask me, why do I try to challenge the status quo? I think if you want to progress forward, I think change is the only constant thing in the world. So if you want to move forward, we need to be moving, okay? To move forward, we have to question everything. Whether it's the wrong question, the right question, this is something else. But we should question this. And this is where my work comes. I think everyone here on the panel has questioned something. For example, with the beef, with the ham. Do we question that? Do we make a different product? Some questions are functional. Some questions are a byproduct of our daily needs. Other questions I would like to call taraf fikri. They are a luxurial, intellectual, let's say, conversation. Some of the things are intellectual conversations where they might be relevant in the future. Others are not. I will discuss some of those as we go forward in this panel discussion.
Fantastic.
Thanks.
So maybe I'll turn to you, Mohamed, just giving some context of what you're trying to achieve. Probably tell us what you're doing with Salt and Lamb.
Yeah, what I do with Salt and Lamb is take some traditional techniques and traditional food, stay natural, remain natural, do things very simple, but still innovate with those simple things, So the story starts in Cantavieja. Cantavieja is a small village in Spain. It is 1,300 meters above sea level. It's 700 inhabitants. It's half of them are shepherds. The other half are the wives of the shepherds. So basically, here, what we are using is the lambs and the animals that are grown there freely, and they are eating grass. And we have adapted the technique of the dry curing of the jamon, what we call in Spain, which is the pork meat, okay, ham al-khanzir. But because I'm Muslim, I said I need to make a specific universal ham, but everybody can eat. And of course, the more international meat that you can find in the world is the lamb. So this is where the story started, and
Brilliant.
We decided to
delicious story.
Yeah.
I decided to innovate in the way that, first of all, I wanted my kids to eat something safe. That was the most important thing. So I made everything 100% natural, which is, for me, an innovation.
In itself, and you're right to say
because most of the products today, you find preservatives. And here we are using no nitrates with the salt. We have using no preservatives, nothing at all, and we are dry curing the lamps by opening and closing the windows every day.
Fantastic. And we'll speak a little bit more about that. Maybe Cyril, tell us a little bit about what you are doing.
Yes, merci. So we are in Quebec, in Montreal, Canada. So we have been doing food development, food innovation for the last 20 years with Alex, who was at the panel this morning.
Yes, absolutely.
So we are trying to we have ideas about new product development, but to make it like realistic for companies. So we help into strategic development and ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And I can say in Quebec, there is a new generation of farmer, producer, and it's funny to see how before at the panel was a woman, and in Quebec we see the same movement as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like 80% of the people we work with are women. So it's a good trend to see and moving forward as well.
Brilliant, brilliant. And we're speaking about product innovation, we're speaking about the product, but we cannot speak about the product without speaking about the equipment. So Alexandre, maybe tell us a little bit more about Innodis.
Yeah, thank you very much for inviting me. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm not a food product provider. I'm more equipment provider. So I'm managing Innodis, so family-owned business based in France, created by my father in '88. So we are specialized in designing and manufacturing kitchen equipment. And the mantra, I would say the objective of my team is to decrease the level of stress via innovation in the kitchen. Because let's face it, kitchen is a very stressful environment. So each time we are conducting, research and R&D on a product, we have that in mind. So I can have a lot of examples for you probably later on, but this is what we do.
Mm-hmm. So I am a neophyte. I mean, product innovation can have so many definitions. From your own different perspectives, what is product innovation? Maybe Omar.
First of all, product design, it has so many different, it's the combination of many different disciplines. So, for example, we are food involved people. There is always the design aspect. There is the execution, the manufacturing, as you said, the machine. For me, I always think whatever we develop, it should be connected to our roots. It's always good to build up on what we already have. The classics are classics because they have survived the evolution. So for example, when you say Muhammad, for example, he's creating from the lamb, he's creating this new curing, ancient, old Spanish cured meat. Muhammad is not using lamb. He is using his culture, his belief. This is the byproduct of his culture. This is exactly what I do as well. I use my culture to invent, to create, to ask questions. Sometimes the questions are not the wisest. And in evolution, in our journey, I love when Nina finished her talk by saying we make mistakes. We all are creative people. We always make mistakes. The more mistakes we make, the better we become. So when I started my journey, I took something called jamid. This is the most important ingredient in my culture. I am originally from Jordan. And this ingredient, I turned it into a chocolate. And in doing that, I have shocked everyone in the country. Was it a smart thing to do? I don't know. If you tell me would I do it again, of course I will do it again. Because it has opened my eyes to how to unsee things and how to see them again. And in doing that, we create the future, we shape the future. So for me, part of the product development is where you enter as Umar, for example, or as us, where our ego, our alter ego, our personality, our needs. And then there is the other part, when you become a little mature. Where do you let the product speak for itself? Where do you say, you know what, I don't need recognition, let the product shine. I can take a second step. So this comes as a journey. So first you want to ask a question, you want to challenge the world. Then you know you can't win the world. You know the world is more important. You can only shape it by 1% or less. And then you start developing products for the people. So your products are no longer developed in space or in outer space. They are developed in a market.
And this is exactly what Mohammed was saying earlier on. When you decided to develop this new product, you thought about your kids, your family. There's a story behind. You don't do something like by chance. Maybe Mohammed, if you could share, there was someone earlier on a different panel who spoke about the halal food industry, for example. How important is innovation in this industry? What do you see? How does your brand contribute to, this evolution?
So the halal for me is a concept, okay? The thing is, you have to separate the way they live halal here in Saudi or in Middle East than the way we live halal in Europe. In Europe, it becomes a big business. So it's a lot of marketing issue behind it for the halal industry. So people have forgotten the meaning of the halal.
What is the meaning of the halal?
For me, Allahu alam, but for me the halal is the traceability. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he asked you to eat halal. It means you have to eat something you know
Where it comes from.
where it comes from, how it has been grown up, how it has been fed. They took care of it, okay? Not only the sacrifice towards Mecca and then it makes it halal. So today the mistake is a lot of people are eating halal food, but they are not checking what they are eating. It is only halal because it's slaughtered. It's not, in my opinion, this is not the right way. It should be halal because you know where it comes from, where the lambs come from, and you have a traceability till the end. So this is where I see myself here. This is why, starting from scratch, it's more easier for me to say, I want something natural, I want something safe for my kids, I want something, I can shape it myself. Okay? So this is how it started, actually.
And so this, I feel it resonates, and you wanted to...
Yes, I mean, when we are talking about halal, when we see in Europe, even in North America, it's like a certification. So it doesn't prove, as we said, the traceability, how it's made. It's just a stamp.
Exactly.
Yes.
And what people are thinking is that halal is a quality certificate, which is not. It's just saying that it is slaughtered. It doesn't mean this is quality. So you can eat bad chicken, but it is halal.
There's still some education to
They
be...
still certified halal.
Right,
Okay.
right. And Cyril, the question is, we're speaking about product innovation, and tell us a little bit about the role of dates, because you're using a lot of that ingredient. Tell us more.
More and more now, I mean, we are in Saudi. Saudi, the date production has been here like as history, like a background. So we see a lot of potential into the changing into, as we see, we arrive at the show, we have a date with coffee. So date has been seen as the fruit, but we see us into the evolution, a potential into innovation, but to use as well some byproducts. What can we do with syrup? What we can do with molasses? What can we do with pits? So it's about branding new trends and being able to incorporate the date into different products as well. So this is for us a huge opportunity for Saudi as well to developing new product with it.
Fantastic. And Alexandre, I think we cannot speak about product innovation without speaking about sustainability, and I know that this is also something important in how you're doing business. So how are you, using recent technologies or innovations that, how are you leveraging that
So
to improve efficiency and sustainability?
Exactly. What I was saying is that our objective or strategy is to decrease the level of stress in the kitchen, and one of the stress for a restaurant manager is the education and teaching the team. So what we have developed is oven with AI that recognize automatically all the dishes. So basically you put just a plate in the oven and the oven is set up automatically. So this is something we are releasing just now. Basically what we did is to take probably 5,000 over dishes, replaces with video technology, it recognized. So it means that, I should not say that, but if you're not a cooker, you can cook, you know what I mean? Because the oven is doing that for you.
All right.
So this is one of the main innovations.
I think you should not say this in a cooking event full of chefs. I think you should say this
But you
in
only-
another background.
But you still need
So
a chef,
chefs, just
right?
close your eyes.
You
I don't
still
know who
need
was
one
saying
chef in
that.
the
I think
kitchen.
it was Mohamed who was saying that you don't know what you're eating, and now the machine is telling you what you're eating.
You still need a chef to press the button.
Absolutely. There is no button. But you're
Thanks
right.
for the help for that. Yeah, exactly.
Not to open the door.
One of the best button pressers in the world.
All right, all right. I don't know how much time we've got left because there's someone hiding my clock, but okay, we still have time. But I don't know if people in the room have questions. In a few minutes, I can take a few from the room if you have. So getting back to a few things you said, how do you balance like modern culinary innovation with tradition and finding the right balance when we take what you're doing in Spain?
Yeah, for me, it's as I said earlier, we are using very basic techniques and very simple things to do something new. Okay, then I would see my product by itself is an innovation, and I'm proud to say I've been awarded the Innovation Award last year at Sirha Lyon, and since then I had the chance and the opportunity to work with chefs. And then this is where you see also what you have done, put in place by the chefs. I have the chance to work with now Michelin star chefs, and every time they do a new dish, new menu, they just send it to me by picture and I just cry because I know where I come from. Because in comparison to Omar, if I had to do it again, I'm not sure I will do it again.
Sure you would. No, you
No,
would.
because
Tasted this product. Trust me, I'll make him do it.
yeah, but it was not an easy path to go. But when you see your lamb, your ham of lamb, on dishes from I don't know any chefs, even now with Davy Tissot, the Bocuse d'Or last year Bocuse d'Or, or we have a team of Bocuse d'Or here,
The
and
jumps.
they try it and they taste it and they I didn't see Davies there.
Maybe it's here, actually.
You guys
No,
came
but
with
but
a
actually
fan
it's-
club.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it makes you very proud. I mean, you do something by yourself, and suddenly you are put into light, and you don't understand what's going on. So the only thing I see is the plates, the dishes that
Brilliant.
the chefs are doing. So this
Super.
is not only an innovation for me or for people who don't eat pork, for example, but it's also an innovation for chefs, and they are willing to use it. So
This is fantastic.
yeah, so they just call
Actually,
you and
I want to comment because I tried his product for the first time. I've seen it online and I've seen the awards it won. And I just want to see the passion when I was trying it. He was telling me exactly what I'm going to feel. And I just captured this passion. I think to be an innovator, in the first, not when it's a big company, when it's an individual, you need to have the passion. Because as you know, the ups, the downs, the things happening. So it's a long journey, you just need to have a passion. We're launching something in Saudi now called Jarish chocolate. So tomorrow I have a master class. We're taking the national dish of Saudi, that is Jarish, and we're turning it into a piece of chocolate that you can travel with in the world, and you can have the whole world experience Saudi culture.
So
And
you-
just taking it there, it's just about being passionate, you know?
Fantastic. Thank
And
you, Omar.
innovation,
Say-
when we would like to share innovation, it's about tasting. So I have the chance to taste as well. So I saw you are doing some eggplant mask as well. So
But that wasn't for eating.
I know, yeah, but I mean, we want to have, and even with the taste, I mean, it's about sharing and testing, like with dates. It's fun to develop and have ideas. We can talk about it, we can do marketing, whatever, but we need to taste and see the difference. So innovation is about tasting
Absolutely.
and sharing too as well.
And Cyril, do you have some examples for us of successful product innovation?
But right now, we start a project with
salt and lamb.
Yes, with dates, we are collaborating with Nakla. Nakla is a company that are producing and transforming dates in Dammam. So we are developing a kind of granola bar with dates and different kind of nuts and flavor from Saudi. So this is something we are working to bring on the market as well.
Right. And Omar, you're working also on some new projects?
Yeah, we're doing Jarish. It's basically the national dish of Saudi Arabia. And honestly, it's gonna shock you. It's
tomorrow, eh? You
It's
do it?
tomorrow. We're having a master class. And what I want to say,
At what time?
we're having the master class at 6:30.
Okay.
And what I want to say is not only the passion that we have to create it, the passion I saw from Saudi people, telling them this is Jarish, and they would always say this combination of Jarish really, and then they'll try it, and there is this second where they connect with it, and they smile. And I think to me this is the most rewarding thing in the world, is just to be able to create a moment at the end of the day, product innovation, product creation, chefs, amazing chefs like our friends here, everything. It's about storytelling. Humanity has always been about storytelling. Can you tell a good story? Can the story be understood? Can it be felt? With food, it needs to be tasted more. So there is more layer. And this is actually, I think, where if you have the right medium, the right listener, and the right passion, I think you can really create and drive change and drive innovation. And innovation and creativity is contagious. One person, see this man, what he's doing, all of us here, what we're doing, it will shape the future. What he's done, a lot of people will come and try to actually copy him in different ingredients. When I did Jamid, people thought it was not the basic thing to do, and they were a little bit offended. And now, a week ago, I was opening my Instagram, and there is Mansaf pizza and Mansaf burger. So I think innovation is contagious in that sense. And I see Saudi Arabia, honestly, and the Gulf being the leading factor and the leading drive in innovation for the next minimum 10 years. So you will see a lot of innovation coming from this area. I really believe in that.
Right. And Alexandre, maybe from your perspective, how are you adapting to the needs of this region, Middle Eastern, North African markets, particularly in terms of regulation, culinary preferences, when it comes to designing your equipment?
To be honest, there is no specific points coming from Middle East, but one of very important point for us is the energy consumption,
right?
Especially the water consumption. So we did a lot of research on our oven to make sure that we are consuming exactly the level of water you need for the combi oven and not more. So our oven are consuming 20 times less than large majority of the competitors, and we are really pushing throughout the world on this topic because the water is key and is important for the next generation, and so we should not consume what you don't need. So with this specific technology, you put water exactly what we need. And the other point as well is the safety in the kitchen. So innovation with safety, some very simple stuff where you have the door of the oven that can dissimulate, so less risk of accident. So safety and energy consumption are really part of what we do.
So you're having these conversations with the people who are working on the products to tell you how to do the equipment?
Absolutely. Yeah, we have, as you know, we have a fantastic network of chefs, and especially Devi, who is here, and they are pushing us very hard to make sure that they have, safer equipment and once again less stress in the kitchen.
All right. So we have a couple of minutes. I don't know if there are people here who want to ask these folks some questions. Feel free, raise your hands. We have microphones. And I'll seize the opportunity to ask this question maybe to Mohammed. And when you started off with your techniques and the methods that you've used to design this very innovative product, what were the challenges that you had to overcome? If it's many, you don't need to tell them all.
No.
We won't have time.
The first challenge, I think, is, you have to be several in your mind to do these kind of things. You cannot be by yourself.
You mean you have to be a little bit crazy?
Yes, exactly. Because this started from a story, just a joke with friends. So it was my Spanish friend, he was cutting ham in front of me, and he said, moja, ya no sabes lo que tú pierdes. He said, you don't know what you're losing. I said, I know what I'm losing because the pork looks nice, looks good, okay, but I cannot eat because I'm Muslim. So when you start to tell people, let's do it, let's do that, come on, Mohammed, Mohammed cannot be the king of hams. It doesn't sound real, So this is the first thing. And I am telling it joking, but it was a serious thing. Because after I started this project, I never talked to people anymore. Even my wife, I was not telling her how much money I was spending there. Why? Because everybody will make fun of you. Because, come on, you do this. Why are you just trying this? You're losing your time, you're losing your money. But the first menus I received from the chefs with my name on it, the innovation award, I had also other innovation awards from other exhibitions. But everywhere I went, I was successful, alhamdulillah. And this is halal, actually. But halal in the terms of not because my meat is halal, but because what I'm doing, I believe is halal. I'll try, at least. So I don't face any trouble. I don't face any problem. I have 100% of people happy to eat the meat. And I am not selling meat, actually. If you are ready to live an experience, you come to Salt and Lamb. If you want to buy meat, you go to the butcher. But if you want to live something different, you come to me. And believe me, I have so many people, especially Europeans, crying, basically crying. I want to share with you this experience I had the first time I saw somebody crying eating my product. It's a lady, she's 60 years old, approximately. She comes to Sirha last year, and I gave her to eat a small piece of it. And she literally cried like a baby, and she left. I had a friend on my stand with me, helping me. He said, "What did you do, Mohammed?" I said, "I didn't do anything." Maybe she had something in mind, and she just cried at my booth, you know? She came back in the afternoon, and she said, "I would like to excuse myself for this morning. I'm sorry for what happened." I said, no, everybody has his own problems, and you know, you don't have to explain, no worries. She said, no, you shocked me. I said, sorry, I just gave you a piece of meat. She said, when I put it in my mouth, I was 5 years old. I saw my mom on the terrace, and I saw my dad in the garden, and we were in Sultanate of Oman, and my father was ambassador. So from 60 years old, she went back to 5 years old, and she cried. And she came back to explain me this. And starting from there, I realized the emotion you can find in food. Because we as Arabs, we don't have this culinary culture. We eat to eat. We are not looking for something wow. But more and more.
This is changing.
This is changing, of course. Luckily, it's changing. Of course, it's changing. But we were not looking for those emotions. We were looking for filling our belly, you know? And now we feel these emotions, and I got interested into this. I had many people, especially people who convert to Islam and used to eat pork, but comes to me and cry. He said, "But finally we find one."
And Cyril, are you making people cry too?
My
with your
wife?
products? Oh.
When I travel too much?
Don't ask me that.
Why you're traveling again? No, but I mean, it's about emotion, developing product, but are we seeing to innovation? For us, we get used to have, it's not our project, like with the salt or you as well. So we have all our ideas sometimes get rejected. So it's us who are crying a lot as well, because we have so many ideas for you, yes, maybe we are not able to do it. So it's about
being too creative
Too
sometimes.
creative. You have seen Alex this morning, so you know how creative we can be. So it's about to find the right path with people to understand and developing the product and create emotion at the end, of course.
All right, we have a couple of minutes. Any questions for our folks here? Yes, we do have a question here. Thank you very much. We'll give you a hand mic just in 1 second.
Thank you all. It's amazing knowing all the stories and all the backgrounds and where you're coming from.
Feel free to tell us who you are. Just
Yes,
introduction.
My name is Jacqueline Jackaman, and I published a book about Saudi cuisine. So I'm very interested in cuisine. I love to cook. I'm not a chef or a cook, so I'm not any, but I love the culture. I've been in Saudi Arabia for 10 years, and my question is to Chef Omar. I've read a little bit about your experiences somewhere else as well, and you're talking about Saudi fusion, and I've known you've done some type of cuisine outside also of the Middle East. So how does global cuisine actually inspire you to create that food innovation that you're talking about? How is the process? How does it come to be? Because we are used to going to restaurants and exploring new food, and we know the Italians and the French, but yeah, we would like to know more. I mean, I'm interested in knowing more how those global cuisine inspired you, and how does it come together?
Thank you for that question.
Beautiful question. She's a great author of an amazing book, so she understands culture and food a lot more than anyone I know. So in that sense, I truly believe culture. I think food describes us more than anything else. I think sometimes we meet people and we try their food and we would know so much more about. If I eat a Greek food, I would know where they live. If I eat Russian food, I would know. So I think food entraps or encapsulates the culture more than any other language that we can use. Having said that, cultures deal with ingredients differently. So I think most of the ingredients that we have, it's familiar in more cultures, in similar cultures. It's how we deal with them. So I think this is based on the taste of the culture, not the best method they can deal with it. Maybe the environment. If it's a cold culture, they would deal with it differently. If it's a hot culture, they would deal with it differently. I think we are very lucky now because we can learn from everyone. The learning method has changed. He was talking about AI and how actually the oven can actually tell the ingredients and how to deal with it. Would he have the passion? Would he understand the need? Would he understand who are you inviting? Chef Tissot was doing a demonstration. He was cooking something. And they were saying, how would you do it? I would see the market and I would be inspired. Would AI be inspired? For now, I don't think so until this moment. So I think going back to us being storytellers, at the end of the day, throughout history, we've done nothing but tell stories. Engineering was stories, math was stories, music was stories, theater, everything we have. Philosophy started as stories. Same as cooking as well. So to me, really, it's all about storytelling. And whether we are equipped with the different French cooking, do we know how the Spaniards cook, do we know Japanese ingredients? If we can combine all these that are available to us now, and then we bring a different manifestation. We reimagine the ingredient differently. This is, I think, each one can reimagine and tell his own story. Do I think one person would be right? I totally disagree. I think each one can tell a different story out of this ingredient, out of this product. And I think this richness in different opinion, this is where innovation happens. I definitely believe AI will become smarter by time, and probably by what he said, ovens would be able to cook by themselves. You don't need to press the button. You can just have an application do it. But I think you will never remove the human element. The human element that created Bach, Beethoven, all these geniuses. In our cooking, Ferran Adria, I was cooking with Marco Pierre White. My God, he's one of the most passionate people. I think the human element will always prevail. And I think cultures will become closer, but they're becoming closer, yet they're drifting towards being exotic and being unique and being different. And I think we want to experience different cuisine and different cultures.
I think Sirha wanted to add something there.
I came for the first time in Saudi in November, invited by the Culinary Commission to come to the Saudi Food Fest, and we were looking to learn about the culture. And we bought your book about the Saudi cuisine. So we learned a lot before coming and say, oh, what is the lamb, the story, the rice? We didn't know about the rice as well. So it was very important the way you share as well. So I would like to thank you personally as well. This is in Montreal, so it's a bit far.
I think our time is up, and this is the final panel. It's the end of the day, so I feel like a quick challenge for all four of you. So when it comes to product innovation, what is the one key thing we should have in mind? One word, all four of you, one word. Okay, who wants to jump in? Sid?
I think about innovation, as we talk about, it's fine to make mistakes. This is how we learn and we can improve. So we do a lot of mistakes. That's fine.
Okay, that's a sentence.
I think,
yes?
I think you need to be honest. You need to remove the distortion, the noise, the unnecessary. The more you let the product you're developing be the hero, I think the more you are more accurate. So I think just finding the strength to be just honest and let things shine by themselves.
Okay. Alexandre?
In one word.
One word. I was, nobody really took me for...
I would say,
Thanks for that.
I would say simple. Simple. Make things simple.
Make things simple. And Mohamed, you have the final word.
Sabr. In Arabic, it means patience.
Fantastic. That's a beautiful way
That's
to end the day.
finish.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much for this discussion around product innovation. It was great to have you. Maybe one picture before you leave. Here. when you have the right people, it's so much fun. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. It was great. Thank you, guys, and see you tomorrow back on stage 1 here, 3 p.m. for another brilliant day. Enjoy, Sirha.